Arjun gave me the most hatke direction. So he came to me separately and gave me a direction. He went to Adarsh separately and gave him a different. She came from a lower middle class background where she couldn't afford these things. Today she's in a space where she's hustling, she's making that money herself, and she can afford those things. She's extremely warm.
Yeah.
Extremely warm as a person, and I didn't know that. I mean, I'd never met her before, and I felt very nice meeting her. They are self-sufficient in every possible manner. Like for me, as an actor, if today you say, "Acha, come on set, get ready," मेरे से नहीं होगा. I need someone to help me. They know the hack.
Hello everyone, this is Aina and welcome to Instant Bollywood. Today I'm in conversation with Anya Singh. So nice to have you.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to start off by telling you that I love the film.
Thank you.
You know, I have to say you played Lala so well. I don't know if you can take this as a compliment, but by the end of the film you end up kind of hating Lala. And I'm like, that's when you know you've played the character perfectly, because I'm just like, why did she do that? Like,
Thank
he
you.
loved her so much,
Thank you.
especially when he gets the Gucci bag.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god, he can't afford it.
Yeah.
And that gives her so much happiness, and just every part of it, I think you were phenomenal in the film.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Lala.
I have to say that, how did you land up? Because you said that multiple auditions happened.
Yeah.
You worked with a Z, you worked with an Amazon. Netflix is also ticked off from the
Now.
bucket list
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. So I got a call from Karan Malli. Karan and Nandini did the casting for this.
Yeah.
And he called me. I was in Delhi at the time, shooting for something. And he said, listen, we're doing this project and the part is of an influencer. And I straight up said that, listen, Karan, you're going to go with an influencer because,
Yeah.
I mean, that's the easiest thing to do, right? Who
Yeah.
can do absolute justice to an influencer? An influencer. And he said, no, we are testing a lot of people, but I think we would like to go with an actor. So I said, theek hai. So I did the audition, and actually the whole la I did in my audition.
Oh.
Yeah. So I think that was something maybe that set me apart from the other auditions or caught Arjun's eye. And after that, he said that, listen, they liked your audition, so your next round will be with Arjun and Adarsh, who is playing Neel.
Yeah.
So I went and to the Tiger Baby office, which for me was a big deal, and I was just like, okay, cool, but I was very nervous. Arjun gave me the most hatke direction. So he came to me separately and gave me a direction. He went to Adarsh separately and gave him a different, and neither of us knew what he said to different.
Got it.
Yeah. So he came down and he said, pretend like he smells like shit. And I was like, what sort of direction is this? But in my head I was like, okay, that's such an interesting thing to say, because he's telling me exactly what he wants, but he's not telling me how to do it.
Yeah.
So now it's on me. And so we did the audition that day, and Adarsh, I remember, he's such a giving actor that even in an audition to give your co-actor 100% is so helpful actually, because it's all about give and take. And what you give me, I can play with then. And I think that really helped me perform. And after that, when I walked out, Karan called me and I said, listen Karan, I feel ki uski English itni refined nahi honi chahiye. You know, like I played Lala in a more posh sort of way. And he said, that's exactly what they thought. So I said, okay. So he said, now come one more time, because we want to see, can you play with her language a little bit? So I went back, I did that, and I had told Karan ki if I get the part, don't tell me over the phone, give me a hug and tell me that I've gotten this part. So he said, okay, fine. Then again, and I was shooting for Ji Karda when I got this call, and he said, listen, they want to do one more round with hair and makeup. I was like, ये तो खत्म ही नहीं हो रहा है. Like I was so excited. I was like, finally, possibly I've gotten it. So I go again, and Arjun's sitting there with this whole mood board, and he's like, okay, so this is the character, and this is what we're thinking of her clothes. And I'm sitting and he's standing, he's like, oh, and you've got the part. And I was so, it was slipped in so easily.
Yeah.
And I was like, 1 second, what? And he's like, you got the part.
Oh.
And he gave me a hug and he said, you told Karan that you don't want to be told, over the phone. So they were kind enough to actually call me to the office and give me a nice hug and be like, you're a part of this film now.
There was also this question that came in my head, and I'm so glad I'm getting to ask you this personally. It's because when you're playing a character like that, who's so materialistic, who is so, she only cares about herself and her followers, it is representing a community of influencers, of creators. Did you feel, or do you feel now when the film will release, there will be a sense of influencers or creators that might get offended because not everyone would be in the same space as Lala was?
I think the sentiment is misunderstood. Lala's not a materialistic person. Yeah, she might come across as that. For Lala, it's about where she came from and where she wants to go. She came from a lower middle class background where she couldn't afford these things. Today, she's in a space where she's hustling, she's making that money herself, and she can afford those things. So it's growth of a girl who didn't have anything, whereas today she is self-sufficient, financially independent, and she might come across as that, but it's like, I was in a place where I couldn't afford these things. Today, I like these things, but I have worked really hard to get here. If I'm going to look at my character and look down upon her and be like, it's, oh my God, she's so like materialistic and this is what, I'm not going to do justice to her.
True.
There is a sense of justification that comes towards the end of the film also, where you do feel a little bit for her, He gives her the Gucci bag. Just before that, there's a conversation that she has with her mother. I always feel like no matter who you are outside, with your closest friends and your parents and your family, you don't really change. You will still be that person. And that was a switch in how she speaks to her mother and how she might speak on Instagram, which is a huge difference. वो अपने parents से हिंदी में बात करती है,
Okay.
And in that scene, it was your sister's college fees needs to be paid. And Lala's taking care of that. So you understand why she does all this and you understand where she comes from because there's so much she's responsible for. So then you don't hate her. You kind of relate to the hustle that even I've had to go through as Anya, to build myself, to fend for myself. So I didn't look at her in that fashion at all. I had to do justice to this girl who came from a small town and has made it herself. Irrespective, what she did was wrong. There is no justification for cheating on someone or in her way of kind of using him, which people think that she did. But she was very honest with him. She never told him that we're dating. She never said these things to him. That he assumed. So it's a bit of like an up and down when it comes to your perception of her.
I'm going to do a quick rapid fire with you. What was the best part about Ananya being on set?
She's extremely warm.
Yeah.
Extremely warm as a person, and I didn't know that. I mean, I'd never met her before, and I felt very nice meeting her.
One word about Adarsh, if you could sum up his nature or the way he is.
He is a very solid human being.
Yeah.
With his head on his shoulders.
One secret about Tiger Baby.
One secret about Tiger
Or
Baby.
like something about working with Tiger Baby that's not a very known fact.
I don't think it's a secret, but I think that they do a lot of research. Like even for Lala, I was given like books of references as to how I can pose and be, because I was not this person.
Yeah, of course.
And I was really nervous. So they really aided me in a way that I felt confident when I went on set, and I was like, okay, now I can figure who she is because you've helped me enough and helped me figure out who she can be, and from here I can take it over.
One director you want to work with?
I want to work with a lot of directors, so I'm not going to name one person.
You're going to leave it to the universe.
I mean, the universe is doing a great job, and I believe in manifestation, so I'm manifesting here and everywhere.
Okay, who would be on their phone a lot on set?
Nobody. Someone else also just asked me this question, and truly between like takes or anything, all of us used to sit together and actually just chit chat and kind of be in the space.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So ironic.
So ironic that someone who doesn't know social media played a social media influencer.
Yeah.
Film is about like being on your phone. We used to actually be as present as possible on sets.
But as Anya, are you actually away from your Instagram and your phone?
Yeah.
You're not as addicted as the generation is.
I find Instagram slightly overwhelming, to be very honest.
Okay.
And that's my reason. There's no hate. There's no like, I'm not like above it or like cool. I truly wish that I was a lot more active on Instagram because I feel like it opens a lot more outlets for you also in many ways, professionally, financially. And slowly, like after playing Lala, I gained some more confidence and I started posting a little more. But it's very like, acha, for 10 days I'll post, then for 1 month I just sit. So it's not making any sense, but I'm giving myself the time to like understand it.
If you had to give Siddharth a dating app bio, what would it be?
I don't think he needs one, man. I think he has like an array of like women who just throw it themselves at him. But it would be like, he's a real cool kid. He's a cool, real kid.
And lastly, if now that people have seen the cons of Lala, what is a good side of an influencer as Anya that you think?
I think there's a lot of hard work that goes into it that we don't give them credit for. And I learned this after, of course, playing the character. They are self-sufficient in every possible manner. Like for me, as an actor, if today you say, "Acha, come on set, get ready," मेरे से नहीं होगा. I need someone to help me. They know the hacks, they know what's to be done, and they are on it all the time. It's not easy. It's not easy, dude.
It is.
It's not. Like you and I on our Sundays would want to be in our pajamas. They just know, "Acha, today I'm going to do this. They're always working. They're constantly at it, you know.
Yeah.
I feel that takes a lot from you to do.
100%.
Yeah. So I think
it's
credit.
like you're motivating yourself
All
every
the
day,
time,
which is hard.
every day to get ready, to look a certain way, to behave a certain way, to, you know, whatever, do justice to whatever you're trying to sell, whatever it might be, man. And they do it with 100%, I feel. So now I give them a lot of credit, and I really hope they don't hate me. It's just a character that I'm playing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Anya.
Thank
Wish
you.
you all the very best for everything
you,
that's
Anya.
coming in the future.
Thank
and
you.
we'll speak to you then.
Yes, you will. I
Yes.
promise you. I have some really interesting work coming up. Hi guys, if you have enjoyed this, then please like, share and subscribe to Instant Bollywood.